Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Abhishek. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I am doing great.
Okay, great. I liked your name actually. It's quite a different name.
Unique and
Shivatmaj.
complex.
Yes, it's unique and complex. Shivatmaj. Okay, so what do you do, Shiv? I would prefer to, I think people would prefer to call you with the short form of your name rather than the
Shiv
entire.
or Shiva. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, what do you do?
I am pursuing my computer science engineering, and
Okay,
I am in the final year right now.
okay. So, preparing for interviews.
No, I am not preparing for interview. I will be doing my own business, and
Okay.
right now in the pandemic, uh, I became a freelancer,
Okay, great.
and
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, go on. You were trying to say something.
And I'm doing many other things like podcast,
Mhm.
YouTube.
Okay, great. That's good to hear. Okay, so have you been through the topic of the day?
Yes, I've been to the topic of the day.
Okay. I've been or I have been.
I
Or
have
you
been.
use
Yeah, I
or
have
you
been.
can use the short form of that and make it I've been.
I have I've been.
Okay, great. So do you like shopping?
I love shopping. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and it's a great thing to do. It's upskilling your life.
How is it upskilling your life? I
uh,
heard this for the first
I,
time.
I
How
take
is shopping
shopping
upskilling?
in a positive manner. I think
Okay.
everyone won't agree to me on this, but
Mm-hmm.
if you buy things like books, ebooks,
Mm-hmm.
courses, and
Okay.
some tools which will help you grow your business, I
Mm-hmm.
see that as an investment, not as an expense. That's why
Okay.
I love shopping certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
there are things I regret of shopping as well.
Like what? How? See, I understand that you like buying books and courses or e-courses or something that will help you grow. But since you are also talking about regret, what are those things that you have regretted buying?
Uh, when I see some online influencers, I see that they
Mm-hmm.
have a different set of cameras like GoPro and many other
Mm-hmm.
side cameras, which are actually not required to someone who is beginning.
Okay.
And I
But
have
then
purchased
GoPro,
those. Yeah,
yes, go on. Go on,
I
go on,
have
go on.
purchased those, and now I don't see actual use of that in my life.
Okay. Okay. I think GoPro is more for people who are travelers at heart, who love to go for trekking or other explorations or other
Bike
tourist places,
riding, yeah.
bike riding, where they can actually use it. I've seen most of the people who uh, ride a bike or who are on journeys which involves bike, they use GoPro more. In fact, they create some attachment on the helmet here
I have all the setup on my helmet, but I don't go outside. Starting from pandemic.
Okay, okay. But then there are people who have started and who've been doing it for a long time. I've been to treks lot in between rather when we were between those two waves last November, I think November, December. And I had met a person, rather two people who had GoPro on their tour, on that particular tour. So, yes, people use it quite often and it gives good shots. But then you have to be that kind of person to use it. Okay. So, so what is the thing? Okay, you have regretted buying GoPro at the moment because you don't travel that far. Okay, what is the best deal that you've had till now in shopping?
Uh, there is some lifetime courses where
Mm-hmm.
mentor will assist me for the rest of the life.
Okay.
It's like weekly sessions, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that is my best decision of my life to choose those kind of courses. It
Okay.
is quite expensive, but worth it.
Okay. Okay. So what course is it?
So it is a sales course. Like it
Hmm.
will teach you how to sell, because selling
Okay.
is an important skill in the
Is
21st
it
century.
selling it like Swastik?
I am an intern there.
Okay, okay, great.
He
I
loved my work so much that he took me as an
Mhm.
intern.
Great, great. No, I had been on one of his master class.
I
So
love him
definitely,
totally.
yes, yes, yes. It's a great. His approach is quite great.
And he's energetic, and he changed my
Mhm.
life basically, because I saw selling in a different mindset, and
Mhm.
I went to his masterclass, and then I went to his premium course, and it was totally
Okay.
worth it.
Definitely, it is totally worth it. Okay. So, what is the most expensive thing that you have bought for yourself?
Mm, I don't actually remember that, but there are uh, courses worth $500 I have
Hmm.
purchased, and
Okay.
from my own earning.
Okay. Great. Great. As a freelancer, I think you are doing very good
Yeah,
at the
thank you.
moment.
And
IT is.
what kind of shopping do you like?
I generally don't shop a lot. Whatever things I need regularly, I do prefer. But then when it comes to electronics, etc., I buy it very rarely. For mobiles, etc., I would buy maybe once in 4 years. And the laptop that I'm using is quite, I would say, 6 to 7 years now.
Wow.
I'm using it. It's a Lenovo X220 that I'm using. And it's quite an old. So until and unless it is going out of performance, I don't think I change things. Even when it comes to mobile, I see people changing mobile every 1 year or maybe 6 months as new models come up. But then I don't prefer to until and unless this one is working and it doesn't stop. I will continue to use it. So that is my shop. Then there is like food, uh, shopping with clothes, etc. But then also I am quite conservative in that sense. Mostly it would be regular items of grocery, vegetables, etc. But that I don't consider that shopping as such. But then it is a necessity. Courses, yes, I have taken up a few courses, but then it has been a quite good. Coming to something like selling like Swastik, it is tending to become a very big purchase for me, and therefore the decision is on hold.
Yeah,
It's kind of a
in
very big purchase.
when it comes to USA, there is
Mhm.
a guy called as Sell It Like Crazy,
Sell it like crazy.
and
CB.
when it comes to India, I only know about Swastik.
Yeah, I know it's very good actually. The way the energy that he puts into all his things, I understand that it is. I've been to his master class and it was quite good. Everything, the way he lays out things, his reels on Instagram, everything that is quite good. It's quite educational, and therefore I appreciate. But I have not still made the mind to enroll for the larger course because I've never been into selling. I've not been into selling. I've always been, I started from the hospitality industry and then moved to the education industry. So the actual selling part, though selling is there in all businesses, but then actual selling part I have never done. So let's see, maybe sometime soon.
Good to hear
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not done that selling part. So when in the masterclass also, when other people were talking about selling, I wasn't having that experience of talking there because I have never been into selling. So how selling is like, so that experience is not there. I'm always been into teaching. Even when I was in hospitality, I was more into teaching. So uh, that is it. So teaching and selling is a little bit different. The approach that you take is quite different. That's where it is stuck at the moment. Okay. So, what kind of things do you usually buy when you are on maybe an online platform like Amazon or Flipkart or all those, barring the education platforms that you are referring to?
So my purchases have quite evolved from years.
Mhm.
Like when I was in my school days, I always
Mm-hmm.
wanted to purchase PS4 and PlayStation
Okay.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
games, but
Okay.
recently I didn't buy any of those.
Mm-hmm.
And my shopping ranges from cameras,
Okay.
laptop parts, and
Mm-hmm.
anything that will improve the quality of contents that I produce,
Okay.
and online tools. And
So what's been your last purchase?
last purchase is a course, and if you want me to bring to a tool, it would be, wait, I have to see. I don't actually remember, but I think it's a mic.
Okay. Okay. And what is the upcoming purchase now?
It
Something
depends
that you have
because
planned to buy.
I constantly like evolve, and I see my mentors setups,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever I think will add and get me invest on, like whichever gives me good returns, I will invest on
Mm-hmm.
that.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Uh, Shiv, coming to the feedback, I think you speak well, but there is just a little bit of mother tongue influence, MTI as we call it more popularly. So it is both a little bit of South Indian aspect and little bit of Maharashtrian aspect. I think you belong to Karnataka,
Yeah.
and that's why both comes into play. So when you are saying have, it is more of the Maharashtrian accent, but otherwise it is more of the South Indian aspect that comes out. So you have to work on that. It's not that you need to remove it completely until and unless you are going to be in touch with expats, with foreigners. If you are going to interact with foreigners more, then it is a good to try and remove the mother tongue influence. Otherwise, when you are planning to be focused on Indian people, then I don't think there is a need for it. You have to
No,
decide.
I
You
have
have
a
to.
need to have
Hmm.
conversation with foreigners.
So you have to for when you say, see, now this is like putting your vocal organs to an exercise. You have to see where your tongue touches, because how these words come up. We make sounds by using our vocal organs, and
Like, what do you
if
suggest me to do to improve that?
you'll have to try and initially copy how people would speak. For
Okay.
example, the way Swastik speaks. Swastik has a neutral accent, completely neutral accent. He doesn't
Wow.
speak with an accent. So you'll have to accept that S sound when he says impossible. That I find a little odd because he generally people would say impossible. Swastik uses it as impossible, and that is his mark, his personal mark. So, but you will have to try and watch more of such people and try to make that sound. Now, when I say make that sound, is first analyzing what mistake you are making. For example, if I have to take that impossible, now when I make the sound of z, my tongue touches somewhere lower into my mouth
The
behind the teeth. Z.
the
Hmm? And when I say sir, the same tongue touches
the
towards the
sir.
upper part
Yeah.
of my teeth. The zer takes me down, sir takes me upwards. So that's how you'll have to notice the differences between these sounds and try making it. It is an exercise.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
again, you'll have to notice this. And when you speak to different people, coming from different backgrounds, you will get accustomed to their speaking, but it will happen slowly. But if you, this part, speaking and improving with people, your MTI will diminish slowly. But when you are actually trying to exercise, it will help you to go faster on it. Understanding the sounds. For example, English is not a phonetic language. English doesn't make you that aware of sounds. But all our Indian languages are phonetic. Rather, the writing system is quite phonetic. And if you observe constantly the writing pattern, the alphabets in all the Indian languages, k, k, g, g, somewhere start in
Mm.
your throat. The vibration is here. Then ch,
Yeah.
ch, j, j, ch, ch, j, j comes a little bit forward. The is right behind your teeth. Bh is on your lips, uh, is right in front of your mouth. So you'll have to understand these aspects and try to remove MTI. That will definitely take you much faster towards removing it. And the input that you have for this is other people whom you think they speak correct English. One example you have already who
Wow.
speaks
He's my
correct.
inspiration.
Yes. So follow him speaking or follow similar people speaking and try to understand the difference between their speech and your speech and practice. You have to bridge the gap. But you'll
Yeah.
have to constantly analyze those sounds. But this will definitely take you faster than just practicing speaking, plain practicing. See, when you are into an environment which suppose you are in an environment of British people, you will take up that accent, but it will take time.
Mhm.
So rather than practicing yourself, putting these vocal organs to exercise, that will help you go fast. So try to work on that. English as much, I don't see mistakes in grammar or vocabulary, or maybe you can also improve your vocabulary through reading. Reading more will give you more words, will give you usable words. When I say usable words is we know a lot of words generally. If you are reading, if you are more fond of reading, we know a lot of words, but do we use those words or not is a question. So
Mhm.
just reading will not be helpful. Using those words while you speak would be helpful, and that will increase your vocabulary. When I say vocabulary, it is the words have to be here, the words have to come out of here. So that is what you can still do.
Yeah, I
Grammar,
will
I
work
don't
on
see. Yes, grammar, I don't see much errors. That should be okay, and that will take care of it while you speak. That is my part of it.
Thank you so much. It was so insightful. And I will work on the inputs that you have given.
Thank you. Okay. Any other doubts that you have? We still have another minute or two.
So far, I really enjoyed the conversation with you. And uh, if you had to rate me on the scale of 10, what would you rate my speaking?
I would easily give you around 7.
Wow, that's, yeah. Thank you
Around
so much.
7, around 6, I guess around 7
This
would
made me
be
more confident right now
my
to
rating.
speak with more people.
Yes, because it is not that you don't speak well. You speak well. It is just a little bit of MTI which will affect your conversations only when you are with foreigners. Otherwise, it doesn't. And there are only a few words that make it quite prominent. So it wouldn't come up that easily. People who would try to, okay, Shinoy means the person who belongs either to the south of Maharashtra or the north of Karnataka, and then they will relate to it. Okay. So that will happen, but that is not much of an issue.